welcome to Emanate Gallery and our premiere showing of our newest artist, Shelly Zentner. We're here at Emanate Gallery and just so absolutely excited to bring you guys in, show you this featured art of Shelly's. We live in quite crazy times where we're having to meet digitally and do our art shows, but we're just so glad that you can join us, and you'll have a chance in just a minute to meet Shelly in person. She's going to go over the Art of Ashtenga collection that she's produced over a number of years, so it's going to be an awesome time. And yeah, again, just a heartbeat for our gallery is to really promote the best of our region, and so Shelly fits that bill 100%. She's been an educator at the community college, fine artist for a number of years, and just a fantastic person as well. So let's head on inside and meet Shelly in person and see the show. Here we go. Here's Shelly herself.
Hello.
So tell us a little bit about your collection here.
So these are drawings that I did in partnership with Tahoe Yogashala, and these drawings are illustrations for a teacher training instruction manual. And we have a copy of it right here as well. This is the finished thing. And so Laura Josephy, who's actually the model as well, she commissioned these drawings to go in the training manual. And she said to me, just sort of something a little bit better than stick figures would be great, because that's all we've seen before. And I thought, I think we can do a bit better than that. And so I started making these drawings, and I was practicing Ashtanga as well at that point, and there's so much emphasis on sort of precise alignment and the drishti, the gaze and the breath, that it really sort of woke up my love of Leonardo da Vinci. And so I ended up leaving in a lot of the lines that I used for alignment, and I just felt that they were probably quite instructive as well. So I wanted them to be beautiful and to be accurate and to tell a story. So I'm really honoured that Laura commissioned this, and she trusted me with this huge project of hers, because this is a real, this is her baby too. And so here's one of the Shala copies of this teacher training manual, and it's nicely sort of ring bound now. And there's there's pages that have all of the figures for sun salutations. So you sort of see them all together, and it's really awesome to see them all together, because I took so much care about the size and all of the things.
Yeah, so Shelly, how many pieces are in the collection itself?
74. 74 of them. And that's not including the pieces that didn't work at the beginning, especially. So there's probably about 85 or 90 of them, really.
What inspired this collaboration effort between you and Yogashala and Laura, and what, as an artist, as a person, what kind of brought you to this point where you're like, I want to take on this project?
Well, I you know what? I have a little thing that I can read to you.
Cool.
Because it was a kind of a bigger story, and I started to write it down, and it would probably be better to just read it to you. So
sure. Why
don't we go in the back and I'll dig it out. So
awesome.
So this is where the framing happens, and Oh, and here's Charlotte.
Hi.
She's just been painting.
I love you.
This
She's
is
the best. She's the best ever. I love you. I love you.
I love you too.
You're the best.
Yeah, Charlotte paints back here, and she does this beautiful big landscape. You've got to see those two in this video.
yes.
Yeah,
This is
Love
the
you guys.
the back
Honey.
studio. This is Angela, the owner,
Angela.
one of the
She's
owners.
done this beautiful framing job of my work, and
Thank you.
really, really special because that's not my department at all. And so it's really nice to sign up with a gallery who I can trust with my work. You know, I just gave them the originals and were like, okay, what do you think? Just frame them and let's just see, because I knew that she'd done great work, and then when she came in and said, hey, look at them, it's like, they're so amazing. I love them. And then Benjamin hung them, and he did this great job. That they're so beautifully aligned, like they're rotating, and I love that. And I didn't have to do any of it, so that was lovely. So it means that I can just focus on my painting now. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here in this gallery.
Yeah, we're incredibly honored to feature you, Shelley, and your work, and just to honor your art in our community. For decades you've been pouring into the art community in here as an educator at the community college, and your portraiture, your figurative drawing, your oils they're phenomenal, and we're beyond excited to have you join our gallery and continue to promote the most beautiful art in our region, as is our goal. And so we're going to show you some exclusive behind-the-scenes art, and Shelley's going to read the story for this collection that we're featuring for the whole month of September. So if you're unable to come today, our gallery is open to the public. You can come and see this show, and it's going to be now all the way through the end of September is the featured show, and then Shelley's work will be here beyond that. So here we go. Let's hear the story.
Okay. So I'm an artist, wife and mother who, until 4 years ago, travelled the world bouldering, painting, living out of a van and living my dream. In 2015, I found a tumour in my right breast, and my life was changed forever. Since then, I've been navigating a traumatic and profound journey through fear, pain, physical and emotional transformation towards an unexpected spiritual awakening. After my diagnosis, the art career I'd set aside in favour of motherhood became something I could no longer ignore. A creative lens that was now supported by a yoga and meditation practice helped guide me through this new world, and I started to understand that attachment and fear were holding me in the past. Confronting death, I found life, and I found new purpose. Art became a way of connecting with others and to give in a way that I'd always been too selfish to consider. Yoga revealed a gateway to a whole different new worldview, a new community, and a growing sense that this is all going to be okay. I began to feel the connection I'd sorely needed all my life. It was an awakening, an awkward, uncomfortable, sometimes painful, often joyous awakening. I don't know who I am anymore, I'd say to my husband. And that's okay, I think. Is that okay? The certainty I'd held with an iron will all my life was gone. Last year, the owner of my local yoga studio commissioned drawings of every pose in the Ashtanga primary series. The journey of making 76 drawings had become a kind of inner pilgrimage. Through my own practice of Ashtanga, I learned to own my narrative. Memorizing the sequence and taking responsibility for my practice helped me to acknowledge my own role in life and to be kinder to myself and others. The early drawings were tentative and humbling, frequent erasing and many corrections. Gradually, they evolved with more confident mark making, both firmly rooted to the earth and taking flight into the cosmos. The drawings informed my yoga practice, teaching me about alignment, form and grace. The practice, in turn, infused my drawings with deeper understanding of anatomy, balance, drishti and breath. I began to suffer from symptoms of breast implant illness from a reconstruction whilst I was working on this project. Eventually I became unable to practice Ashtanga. The chronic fatigue and brain fog made drawing increasingly difficult. I managed to finish the artwork before I had my implants removed in May 2019, and since then I've been practicing gentler styles of yoga while my body recovers. The decision to let go of my breasts, or rather the last false appearance of breasts, has opened my heart uncomfortably wide. But now I can feel a person's heartbeat through my bony chest when I'm hugged, and that feels amazing.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
So we got one more piece to show you over here. It's the last piece unframed, and actually her premiere piece. If you can just help open the box.
So here's like a graphic of all of them.
So these are every single pose that you hand drew.
Yeah. Yeah. We have some of the originals are left, but we've sold quite a few of them. So this is like the list of what's available, but we're also selling prints of them too. So here we go. Yeah.
And the medium again for those who didn't hear that.
Charcoal.
Charcoal.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Charcoal. There's a little bit of Conte in there too.
Had you ever worked with charcoal in the past before this project?
I love charcoal. It's actually my first love. When I was a student, I only worked in charcoal actually. Not fine charcoal like that. I used big thick sticks of charcoal, and but this was like I had to learn how to sand the charcoal and get it really sharp, so I could make all those precise marks. It was completely new type of process for me.
Wow.
Well, a lot of Welsh artists use a lot of charcoal, and I think part of it's because, Wales can be quite dark in places. So these are
Phenomenal. I mean, the detail and the shadowing in these is absolutely breathtaking. It's hard to describe over a cell phone camera, but if you see them in person, they take your breath away. And Shelley, can you explain your process for creating these drawings to scale? Or I think you mentioned to me how each one was created.
So I would measure a foot, if a foot was available, or a hand, or the size of the head, and make sure that the next drawing was the same size. So all of the figures are the same scale, and it just seemed important to me. They were all getting photographed for the manual, but it felt important to me. And I deliberately left parts of the figure open, for symbolic reasons, for aesthetic reasons, symbolic of sort of creating space in your life, in your body, in your mind, related to my meditation practice. And these ones in particular, these aren't the only ones with a spiral nebula, and actually fell asleep in the studio while I was taking a break from doing these, and had a kind of a dream of this nebula. It was like a crown chakra, really, that I was thinking of, I suppose, that I thought it might be. And then it kind of evolved into this spiral nebula as a metaphor for connecting with the universe. And also I'm very into Fibonacci spirals, and the spiral nebula kind of it spoke to me of like a unified presence, that we're all connected. So
Phenomenal. Great. Maybe we'll go back out into the gallery and film a few more pieces, and there's so much beauty.
all right. Thank you, Bronson.
Yeah, we'll follow you back out there. Shelley, one thing when Shelley came in to feature her work or to ask for gallery representation, we instantly had just this great connection, and I knew for sure that God had put her in our gallery to continue to help promote our work. And we heard Shelley's story, and you guys, this woman is an overcomer. She is a total warrior, and the things that she's been through and still pursued her art is phenomenal. And as soon as we heard her story and her resilience to work through breast cancer, to work through these things and still produce this collection, she's a warrior and an amazing woman and just a joy to be around. So this collection is not only beautiful, but the creator behind the collection is just as much so. And so we're gonna continue to come out here. This is our beautiful little space. That's Charlotte's work, whom you saw earlier. So we've got a number of things here. We've got some prints that have been reproduced in various forms. Some framed. These prints right here are on an archival metal product. We've got some more metal prints of various poses. We also have this 8x8 collection that has been produced on these beautiful high gloss metal imagery. And then we've got this really minimalistic wood piece here. And then here you're looking at the framed originals that we produced here. We produced the framing for Shelley's work, and they just came out phenomenally. Any one of the poses from this collection are available as prints, and there's absolutely a number of originals still left for purchase. And we're a custom frame shop as well, so if you prefer a different framing to match your decor, that's available to you guys. We also got a few little small things here. Shelley's selling these incredible kitchen magnets, so you can get these produced in any number of just a nice little magnet. You can get any pose produced, and these super cool little easels. So incredible show. It's going to be here through the end of September, and then we're going to have her work beyond that, but the featured shows through the end of September. We're really looking forward to having you guys filter through as you feel safe. In this season, we are able to have physical presence. We are open as a business, so you can come in person and see this show. So phenomenal. All right. Thank you guys for joining us here on Facebook, and we'll say goodbye to Shelley. All right, guys. This is Taylor.
Hello.
Yeah, the man behind the Shelley show. And we're just so glad to have you guys on board, and thank you so much for your show. Anything else you want to say before we close out?
Just I'm really grateful for you guys to represent me now, to be the gallery in Tahoe that has the only rights to my work, and come to Emanate if you want to buy any.
All right, wonderful. Come on in and see the show. It's beautiful.